Hello there. Here I review movies, and today's film is from 1996 and called Independence Day. It's a sci-fi epic about an alien invasion of Earth and how the United States military mounted their defense. Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich wrote the story, and Emmerich directed the film. The story follows an ensemble cast led by Bill Pullman, Will Smith, and Jeff Goldblum. To begin, the story is full of excitement in the form of spaceship battles, tense back and forth conversations about how to defeat the aliens, and a lot of human moments from the cast. Little bits of joking, tragedy, and inspiration. The film gives you a bunch of characters to follow and root for, and takes you on a roller coaster of emotions as you watch them fight to survive. Along the way, we get a lot of great one-liners and a ton of tense moments. The cast doesn't get a lot of individual screen time, but they use it to play out normal war movie stereotypes. Lots of stoic men in suits barking orders, a few grunts who run their mouths constantly, and a couple of eccentric characters like the pilot who was kidnapped by aliens to shake things up. For the most part, the acting is well done with good timing on the jokes and a solid grasp of the emotional journeys. There are a few actors who are a little wooden, but they don't take up enough time to really affect the experience. Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman, and Randy Quaid got to do a few big speeches and emotional scenes. They did them well, creating solid characters that work for the story. Visually, it takes place across the United States and in the skies over it. We see the White House, several major cities across America, and get little snippets from different parts of the world. Later, they even visit Area 51 and deal with an underground laboratory situation. It's all well produced and really plays into the epic feeling with larger-than-life sets and costumes. Then when the aliens start dropping bombs, we get some of the best devastation scenes of all time. Even today, watching the wall of fire coming toward them in the street is a terrifying moment. They had all kinds of practical explosions and they look wonderful. They also had the aliens appear through practical means, and they appear quite creepy and lifelike, like humans mixed with bugs. As a whole, the visual journey was clean and easy to follow along with, and only looks outdated when it comes to the green screen and CGI effects. Pretty much everything else holds up. Behind the visuals is a soundtrack made from scored military and classical sounding instrumentals. They follow the emotional journey and do a wonderful job of filling out the background. They aren't the most memorable tracks, but they have an incredible effect in the moment. Like when the alien ship opens its weapon to fire and all the people are staring at it in awe. The music is there, giving off this sense of terrible wonder and rising tension. When it finally fires, the music disappears and all you can hear is the sound of the explosion closing in while people scream. It's great sound design, and the film is filled with fantastic tracks that are used to maximum effect. On the negative side of things, the story is a little light on explanations and how certain events happened, and feels a little bit contrived. We don't know anything about the aliens by the end of the film, and the humans' plan to beat them is flimsy and disaster-prone. It all works out for them, but it doesn't feel earned. That feeling cheapens the story quite a bit, and you can pull out of the film completely if you think about it too much. They also tried to force too many different characters and storylines into the film. It leaves a lot of their stories feeling unfinished or rushed, and cuts into the actors' performances quite a bit. You could easily cut out half of the side characters and you wouldn't lose a single thing from the story. They're just there to add an everyman experience, and they didn't need 30 people for that. In the end, none of them got enough screen time to stand out for their roles. You get the odd emotional moment and big speech from different characters, but no one gets developed beyond the basic stereotype. Finally, the CGI and green screen moments look incredibly out of date now. The ships are constantly being dragged across the screen, and whenever they get too close, they look like toys. It's a stark difference to the rest of the film where the practical effects have held up, and I found it hard to get through without laughing. Personally, I found the size and scale of this story to be incredible. They had so many extras to use for the big devastation scenes and the battles, and a ton of practical effects to show off. The story isn't the best, but it's competently written and gets across a few great moments and some decent one-liners. I like the visuals and the soundtrack too. If you like epic films with a massive scale to them, this one has a grand narrative that is highly entertaining. As for a rating, I'd give this film a 6 out of 10. Remember, these are just my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Bye-bye.